Hey everyone, welcome back to the Women's Leaders Podcast, where we share inspiring women experiences, leaders, their insights across the different industries. And the whole goal of this podcast is to inspire more women into the leadership position. And as the way the technology is continuing evolving at such a rapid pace, we thought, why not to bring some guests today who has an amazing, invaluable experience into the tech field. And when you will hear from her, you can learn a lot of things into your tech field. And today I would love to share about her. She has, made impact in her field. She's a leader with 24 years of experience scaling startups across different industries and also very passionate, about diversity and inclusion. And also she's a UN Women Delegate, executive coach, and a very recognized leader into the UK tech space. And I can say so much about her, but I really love that she shared about her journey herself. Please welcome Ekta Soni. Hi, Ekta. How are you?
Good. Hi, Himani, and thank you so much for having me here. And I've been following your podcasts, and they're amazing, and you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Because all we need is right now, to inspire the younger generation. And yes, I mean, we all had mentors in our lives, and we want to have, to be the mentors for them to the next generation. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Ekta, I have so many things which I want to ask from you because I'm not from a tech field. You are from a tech field, and we need, more women, and not only women, we need more people into the tech field. But before I ask you more question, why don't you share about your leadership journey? So, so that people, the listeners can know more about you.
Right, Himani. So my journey started, from a very small town in India. I'm from Bhilai. So breaking into a tech industry from a small town, it was not a bed of roses. There was
Yeah.
lack of exposure to technology, limited resources, and I think my building blocks were, getting an entry into engineering, you know, degree. I did my MBA, and these qualifications played a crucial role in my career advancements. And I, as I said, I totally believe in the power of mentorship. I've been very, very fortunate to, kind of get right guidance at the right time, because when you're starting your career, you don't have that experience. And if you
Yeah.
can get someone who can guide you, it will definitely, have a remarkable um, impression in your career path. Uh, Coming from a small town, I didn't even have a lot of networking challenge. I mean, networking opportunities, and they were like uh, these days. It's like, mobile phones are there and
Yeah.
other online forums are there. We didn't have when I was, kind of 24 years
Just a
back.
landline at home.
It, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, stepping into and understanding how, I can build that rapport with the ongoing things, be relevant in the world, how to overcome my own imposter syndrome. It was not a, I would say, not an easy task, but what what kept me going was, I would embrace challenges. You know, I believed in myself, and I think that is the key, to have that learning mindset, curiosity. I
Yeah.
think that would take anyone from a point A to point B, and it's a
Yeah.
journey that matters.
Ekta, I'm following you from last, I would say, a few months on the LinkedIn. And one thing I really like about, when I see your profile is you're doing a job, okay? But apart from that, also, you go to various platforms on the networking platforms as being as a speaker or maybe, to deliver speeches. So this is something, very few people do, out of their job, go out and, explore more. How you're able to manage that?
There has to be a work-life balance, and I think you need to find your what do you call, inner passion, ikigai.
Yeah.
And me, it is definitely it's, you know, obviously, kind of finding my way out and doing a full-time job,
Hmm.
but also, you know, mentorship. Because as I said, I wouldn't have been where I am today because of the people who helped me, and I want to extend the same hand to, um, people who are following or younger generation. So what excites me is tech, and have that,
Mhm.
that persistence, and then spreading it around. I
Mhm.
think that really, kind of, you have to have that passion, um, to balance that out with your day-to-day job, because everyone has, 24 hours in a day. But
True.
how you can, kind of use it towards your passion, um, how you, kind of invest into that,
Mhm.
is what makes you a leader, or, defines your true journey, I would say, as a leader.
It's a very surprising thing happened very recently. I met two people, okay? One
Mhm.
person working into some tech company, another person who is a recruiter for the people, for the tech people.
Right.
And when I met the recruiter, so you know what she said? She has right now 60 positions vacant from last few months, and she is not finding the right person with the skill set to fill those positions. And this is I'm talking about the UK market. Another person also when I had a word. So this is the person works into the tech company, and the person said, into our company across UK and Europe, like hundreds of positions are open,
Right.
and we are not finding the right skill set people to fill those positions, especially those tech and innovation side.
Right.
Yeah, and that was such a surprising fact, and especially I asked that recruiter, that what is the reason you are not able to find it, and she said the kids they don't want to study. Everyone wants
Right.
to be an influencer.
Right.
And you are from tech field. Do you see the same challenges that there are open positions, but as the right skill set, they are not the companies are not able to find it.
You have just, you're spot on that, and observations, because tech industry is changing, uh, you know, rapidly right now.
Yeah.
And everyone needs to, kind of invest in their learning, have that curiosity, have that growth mindset. And everyone needs to, kind of work towards upskilling and reskilling. And it's everyone's responsibility. Younger generation, as you said, becoming influencers, and it all looks very, very, um, you know, eh, I'm not
Mm.
saying that, and I don't want to come from a
True.
space where, from an old school, but social media is definitely a great place, and we
Yeah.
need to kind of embrace what social media is providing as a platform. But at the
True.
same time, it's very, uh, it's very unfortunate that we are losing track of where we need to focus on,
Mhm.
and have that diverse perspectives, acknowledge the value of, uh, what what is the old school way of working.
Mhm.
And like you said, recruiter is saying, 60 vacant positions. Why? Because people are not ready to, kind of, um, work on themselves, be relevant. We as leaders need to, kind of foster culture of continuous learning and development. And as parents also, we need to inculcate the same uh, thing amongst our, kids, that knowledge and skills, you have to be relevant, and you have to upgrade yourself all the time.
Yeah.
uh, Obviously you can't just, if you're living in today's world, you can't exclude yourself from the
Mhm.
social media. And I would not say, I would say having a balance is equally important, to be part of that social media, which is turning out to be a game changer. But at the same time, having that balance is very important.
Yeah. And when I met recently with somebody like I asked this question. Organizations these days, of course, they spent on training, coaching, and different mentoring. But where they are lacking, I asked the person. They say, see, organization also has a limit to invest. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are investing on, of course, reskilling. They're investing on the mental well-being, coaching. But the way the tech and AI, with especially with AI, the things are changing so fast. Even organizations are finding difficult where to invest the money and on whom to invest. So do you also see this kind of a landscape changes into the organization, especially after coming this AI into the picture?
Absolutely. AI is a, what do I say? It's a, there are a lot of pros, lot of cons. It's a game changer, and it is going to, continue. I mean, that,
Yeah.
and we just need to understand how we strike that balance again. Uh, as we are saying, organizations need to even look at how they can provide some flexible learning options to the
Mhm.
employees, online learning, micro learning, lunch and learn sessions within the
That's
teams,
really good. Yeah.
yeah, cross mentoring. And if there are, reverse mentoring, if there are a new generation of people joining the organization, and there is like a set of people from,
Mm.
you know already established in the industry for like 20 plus years, so they have
Mm.
a different perspectives, and they bring different skill set, different uh, perspectives on the table. So I think that cross pollination needs to happen.
Mhm.
And I think it is an interesting challenge to bring all that and have a balance. But
Mhm.
I think organizations need to, kind of put in a lot of strategies and lot of investment into, kind of upgrading the skill set of people, um, and prioritizing the digital literacy of their employees.
And my next question is from there only, when two different sets of people to bring together. Like
Yeah,
the future success of organizations, depends really how they are going to combine the skill set of the younger employees, with the strategic experience of the seasoned leaders. So
yeah.
what do you think, how can organizations effectively bridge that gap between experienced leaders and tech-savvy younger employees so that, they can drive the success?
Yeah. See, I would say again that building a supportive and an inclusive workplace. So
Mm-hmm.
foster diversity, inclusion, mentorship, and as I said, reverse mentorship. I mean, I think organizations doesn't give that much of importance to the reverse mentorship, and
True.
that is equally important, because the fresh perspective that
Mhm.
children out of, who are
Yeah.
absolutely, champions or pro in the social media or AI,
Mm.
probably they are much better equipped, and
Yes.
what they bring on the table is slightly different than people who have a very different experience and skill set. And
Mhm.
so it's building that inclusive environment, that respect for each other, encouraging experimentation and innovation. So
Yeah.
it is
And they are
okay
very
to fail.
open
I
up.
mean,
They are very open,
yeah,
to experiment. Yeah.
exactly. It's the organization need to give that platform that it's okay to
Mhm.
fail, because then only the creativity kind of comes out of that. That promoting a growth mindset is very, very important. And I think that is lacking in, that is definitely there in the younger generation, and that's slightly lacking in the
Yeah.
people, who,
Mhm.
who have been in the industry for a
Yeah.
while. So,
Yeah.
they also need to kind of open up to,
Yeah.
okay, I mean, what's the fresh perspective and how we can learn and how we can remain relevant. So
Mhm.
it's again, I would say, put emphasis on um, being relevant is the key, and being curious, being you know experimental, being innovative, creative. These are the
Mhm.
things which kind of uh, will keep that balance going,
Mhm.
and everyone to kind of thrive in that corporate culture.
I can really understand, from where, of course, the leaders come. It's not easy to, the way they are working for last so many years and, totally
Yeah,
change themselves. Of course, it's not easy
yeah,
for them also. But I
yeah,
think this is something that is now the need of the requirement, out of the requirement, I would say. Without that, it's
yeah.
difficult to survive for them also. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah,
And in today's fast this technology world, of course, the skills is required, a lot of mindset is required that has to be drive for the success, and which will keep changing as per the time will change. How can organizations equip their employees with the skills and also with the mindset, which is really necessary to stay ahead into this world?
yeah. See, organization can partner with educational institutions,
Yeah.
right? That collaboration, partnering with, universities, colleges to offer some joint training programs, uh,
Mhm.
some flexible learning options, micro learning modules for short bursts of learning. I mean,
Correct.
people don't have time to do the whole diploma or a
Mhm.
certification, right? But
Yeah.
there are some workshops that can be conducted. Um, and I think, again, that investment into basic skills training, and also in the emerging technologies. So offer training on the emerging technologies. It is very, very important, and it cannot be, um, you know, uh, it has to be given due respect, how the growth mindset of the people, uh, how we kind of um, nurture that. And I
Mhm.
think for that, the continuous learning and is very important. I was, in my, I have just changed my organization. In my prior organization, I've seen uh, there were a lot of external, specialists would come and do a half a day workshops or a 2 day
Yeah.
workshops, and that was, I think, very, very relevant and very, very important, and it brought people from different streams, different practices to come together, exchange notes, exchange knowledge. Um, and I think in my current organization also, I've seen that the day I joined, I was
Mhm.
assigned a mentor who was, a woman leader in the organization. And I have already been allocated, one or two mentees. So
Mhm.
it is that mentorship model, that would help all of us in, kind of holding hands and growing together. And that's very important to have that collaborative growth, that collective growth.
And I feel, Ekta, in the coming years, I think the way the education has been conducted into the universities or maybe schools, that also needs to be changed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Because if that will not be changed and more practicality won't bring into there and upgrade the students on the skill basis rather than just theory. Of course, theory has its own
Yeah.
importance. They have to
Yeah.
understand it, but the skills upgradation has to be start from the a younger age so that they can because what problem is coming. Okay, fine. The organizations will invest the money. But what about that younger person who has just finished the college? They are not able to, like able to crack then those interviews because as per the organization skill set they were asking. And but if they are started learning from the college time, then it will become easy also for the organizations to hire those students and those students also, to crack those interviews.
I completely agree with you, Himani. There has to be a very strong step that needs to be taken in revisiting our education system, right? And also looking at the industry analysis, stay informed about industry trends, future skill requirements, understand the skill gaps, and kind of fine tune, you know, the new era of
Yeah.
younger generation of students coming into how they can embrace these new
Mm.
technologies, and they can use these learning modules. So it has to be, the education system also needs to change a lot. It cannot be, as you said, having that right balance of theory and what the industry demands. So it needs to be entire change in the mindset
Mhm.
of how we reinvent the way education is uh, given to the the next generation of students,
Yeah.
and how they can kind of upgrade themselves in the relevant, having the relevant skill set. So that's
True.
very, very important.
I
uh,
know why I was saying, Ekta, when I see it on LinkedIn, I read a lot of, like post on the LinkedIn what people post. And very recently, I would say from last few months, few of the students I saw they have posted, okay, they have done their education from a good university. Now they are
yeah,
looking for the jobs in the market. And organization is, okay, saying this job is for the fresher. But with that fresher also, they're asking some skills or experience. Now the
yeah,
student is like, now from where we bring, we have to start being from somewhere. Now from where we got those skills and experience, and then they are stuck with not having the job. And I think the unemployment in a lot of countries, people are facing the problem at this moment. And when we talk about the recruiters, they say the problem is not of the job. There are jobs in the market. It is about the skills, what the companies require at this point of time. The people don't have it. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I think I will just advise that students, I mean, we are living in a very different world from the times when we were students and we just started,
Correct.
kind of entering the world of tech.
Yeah.
Right now, there's so many networking events happen. They should attend events. They should join online communities. They should connect with the professionals.
Mm-hmm.
Um, continuous learning is everyone's responsibility. The tech industry is constantly evolving. Stay up to date with the latest trends and technologies. Find your own passion. Okay, you are interested in AI, then definitely, explore more. And don't be afraid to ask questions. If you are new in the industry, I mean, just be persistent. And I think these are the things you have to believe that you belong in tech. You need
Mm-hmm.
to, kind of have that feeling of belonging, that this is where I need to make a mark for myself, and seek mentorship. I mean, I think these things can be done over and above, what is being taught in the colleges and universities. Sometimes it's one is definitely education systems and universities, they have a responsibility, but I think every individual has a responsibility to look after themselves, and how they have that gain that confidence and be part of
Yeah.
this evolving tech industry. So
One question that I want to ask, maybe for everyone, especially for the women, yeah, because there are very few women into the STEM field. What do you want to give that advice to those women who are from the non-tech side? Okay.
yeah.
But as per the demand are changing and the requirement of the organization, some tech skills everyone is asking these days. How they, can upgrade themselves so that they can also, get the jobs into the coming time. Otherwise, what will happen? They will lag behind. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what do you feel about this transition? How they can go smoothly from non-tech to tech?
See, I would say there are a lot of inspiring leaders in the tech industry who have come from a non-tech background.
Mm-hmm.
It's just that how you can overcome your imposter syndrome, doubting your abilities or feeling like you don't belong. It is very common, and especially in women, because they can feel that this is not my space and I don't belong here. But you have to get that confidence. You have to and that will come through seeking support. Sometimes don't hesitate, to reach out, and be part of some professional networks, uh, upgrade yourself, uh, join some online communities.
Yeah.
You have to overcome your lack of experience, and embrace challenges. I mean, that
That is very
perseverance has to be
important.
there. It is important. It is like, you if you are passionate about it, you will find time for it.
Yeah.
You know, so
And
it's
that's
it's,
why we
it's
won't find time and motivation.
exactly. So
Yeah.
it's you need to find your own, that inner ikigai to move in that space, and you will. I mean, it's like even the people who have been here in this industry and who come from a tech background
Mhm.
are also, kind of, if they will also remain, not remain relevant if they don't upgrade themselves.
Yeah.
So
And that is happening also.
it is happening. It is
Yeah.
happening. People are becoming dinosaurs because they're still living
Yeah.
in that old world.
Yeah.
And if you don't adopt new technologies emerging, go with the world, walk hand in hand. I think and it is the same for the non-tech background people. Just embrace challenge, take it
Mhm.
up, be persistent, and, find your passion and just move on.
Yeah. Just last one advice, Ekta, which you want to give so that it can help, I would say, hold the people around. So the more positions, I would say, they can be filled into the tech world and
Yeah,
more people can get the job because of course the way everywhere, either it is sales, marketing, everywhere, some tech part or AI part now is required as a skill set, right? Okay.
yeah,
So what do you think, like one last piece of advice you want to give them so that people can start learning and not being hesitant about this word tech?
right. So I'll just say, don't just wait for change to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't just wait for the opportunities to come your way. Be that change, and be that change you want to see in the world. Create things,
Mm-hmm.
and have that continuous learning mindset, have that, innovation, and, that prioritize your digital literacy. These are the things I would say, having that growth mindset is very, very important to find your way in today's, uh, in today's world, tech world especially.
I would say thank you so much, Ekta. You have given so many insights regarding this whole world of tech. And I hope, the listeners can also take some insights and learn and adapt for themselves. And yeah, thank you so much for coming here. And the people who are going to listen to us, anyone want to reach me and Ekta Soni and want to tag us, ask any question, comment, please do freely. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Imani. Thank you for having me over.
Thank
Really
you.
enjoyed.
Yeah.